All right. So real quick, I just want to go over phrases. We're going to review this again over the next few classes as we go through. But again, and probably right now, I'd say next week, so it'll be a couple class periods away, next Wednesday or Thursday. Can everybody see they have these open, and I do not have the key to change them? If you need to move around, you can a little bit. That's fine. But most likely Wednesday, Thursday. If I have to move it back, I will. It's not a big deal. And it's not going to be one that's going to be, those are like ones we've had past. It won't be that overly difficult. I'm not going to make it. I just want you to, the idea to understand what a phrase is. And again, a phrase is an incomplete sentence. That is true. A phrase is missing. What are some things that a phrase might be missing? Does anyone remember? It's going to be missing subject. It's going to be missing a subject or predicate, or both. So a phrase can be missing any of those, all right, as we go along. So it's a group of words that's missing a subject, predicate, or both, okay? It can't stand alone as a sentence. And here, the three common types that we're looking at are prepositional, verb, and infinitive. So prepositional, verb, and infinitive phrases are what we're looking at here, okay? So, all right, let's get that out of there. Okay. And just as a refresher, we'll get back into this more, but I just want to just get it back in your mind. So on Friday, we'll do it again. Again, prepositional phrase is just consists of a preposition. You have your object of the preposition, which is going to be your noun. So it's a phrase. It's got to have more than one word. All right, a phrase can't just be one word. It has to be more than one word. Okay, so it consists of an object or preposition, usually a noun, sometimes a pronoun. In grade school, most of you may have learned the following mnemonic device as a way to identify them. The squirrel ran blank the tree. And if the word placed there makes sense, then it's a preposition. I mean, it's not foolproof, but it works, I'd say, good 80% of the time. So it's something. It's just something that can help you. Okay? Prepositions, they'll show directions, time, place, location, spatial relationships. They'll introduce the object. Okay? All right? Now, the object of preposition can never be the subject of a sentence. Keep that in mind. All right. Your verb phrase consists of auxiliary and or helping verbs and a main verb. Look for the predicate of the sentence. So what's the predicate? Is there something helping it on? Some common helping verbs right back here on the wall. I know if you're at home and no one like everyone's just still looking at me. But right back here on the wall, if you look, turn around. Turn around. And it's right there. So that could be helpful. Some common ones that you can use. All right, and identify and helping them. So again, some ones are right there. Did, does, were, was, is, are, has, had, have, could, would, should, will, might, may. These are all ones that we see a lot of. Sometimes the parts of the verb phrases are interrupted by other parts of speech. Again, not or never. Adverbs are sometimes in there. So we have that. And then the infinitive phrase is easy. It's just to, okay? To, and then there's a verb after it. So it looks like a verb, but it functions in another way. But if you just see a to and a verb after it, that's an infinitive. All right. It never functions as the verb in the sentence. That's where people get tricked up, but it looks like it. Okay. It's to run, to hide. Okay. All right. So we have 5 of these. All right. And we're going to do these. I will be calling people out on the cards, but you can talk with somebody else, socially distance appropriately, and try and make sure you have an answer. So identify the phrase. Following sentences. The author was writing Of Mice and Men to teach about life in the Great Depression. So have 2 that you can identify. 2 types of phrases. And I'll be... We'll see what you have. Does everybody have 2? You better talk to somebody. You better call someone. Talk, you got 2 now? Ryan, can you give me one? To teach. Okay, excellent. And what type of phrase is that? To followed by a verb is in? Infinitive phrase. Yes, to followed by a verb. To teach is your infinitive phrase. Excellent. All right, so another one. Let's see who's next. Kylie. Excellent. And what type of phrase is was writing? Writing is your main verb. You have your helping verb. So it's a verb phrase. It's your predicate. What was the author doing? Was writing. Okay, so your verb phrase. Excellent. All right. So there's more than that in here. Can somebody give me one? Someone just one. I only wanted two, but can somebody identify others in there? Dun, dun, dun. Anyone want to try? No one wants to. Okay. All right. In here, we have about life, in the Great Depression, and technically of mice and men is also a phrase. They're all the same type of phrase. What would that be? There are three. You got a 33.3% chance of getting this right. You nailed it. Yes. These are all prepositional phrases. Okay. Here you have of, a popular preposition. Very popular. And here you have men, mice, and men being those objects of preposition brought together by and. About, and then life is your object. And then in, which is leading to the Great Depression. Here's your objects there. Okay, of the preposition. So those would be your prepositional phrases. Prepositional phrases are going to be the ones that you're going to see the most of. So the next one, make sure you have two and you're ready to identify them. George and Lenny had to run from the town of Weed. So I will even help you here. There is a one infinitive and two prep. So see if you can identify them. One infinitive, two prepositional phrases. Let's see. Kessler. Of weed. What kind? Which one would it be? Nice. Good catch. Yeah, prep. Your preposition of and then weed. Again, of your very popular prepositional phrase. Okay. All right. So next one, Riley. From the town. Is that what you said? Yes. Excellent. From and then town is your object of the preposition. Yes, from the town. And a lot of times you'll have the in there. That article that's sort of like is sort of an adjective, a form of an adjective there. All right, so there's another prep. Does anyone know the infinitive phrase in that one? Yes, Caden. Beautiful. To, again, to plus the verb to run. You have your infinitive phrase. Excellent. Number three, the boss is very upset with George and Lenny. Here you have one verb phrase, and then you have one prep phrase. Okay. So if you haven't been called on, you're going to get called on. So you might want to be ready. One verb phrase, one prep phrase. All right. Haley, what do you got? So what's the main verb in here? So the boss, you have your subject is boss. What is the boss? The boss, what is the verb there? Excellent. So here's your main verb. What's your helping verb in there? If you want to look at the common helping verbs, or what are some of the common helping verbs, you can. Is your helping verb. So here is your verb phrase. Very, as we've talked about, is telling me to the extent. That's one of those times where you have an adverb that goes in there, like not or never. Very is an adverb. So your verb phrase actually is upset. Okay. And then, Wilson, can you tell me the prepositional phrase? There you go. With George and Lenny. Here's your prep and your two objects of the preposition joined by and, your conjunction. All right. George tells Lenny to hide in the brush. Here you have one infinitive and one prep. So one infinitive is one. Remember, think infinitive is what? To plus a what? Verb. Excellent. Okay. So if you get that, then you go, okay, I can break this down. I can sort of start breaking it down right now. Subject of this is George. That's who it's about. What does he do? He tells. There's no helping verb there. So then there's no verb phrase, as I said. So there's a predicate. Now I've broken it down. I know, okay, these are out of the equation. Okay. So what in there could be possible phrases? So Ruthie, what would be one of the phrases in there? Is what? Excellent. To plus the verb, you have your infinitive phrase. So Emma, what's the other one? All right. So we have the brush, but remember we need a preposition in the brush. So your prep, and then your phrase, your object of preposition in the brush. Okay, so that's location. All right. 5. Curly tried to bully Lenny by punching him, but Lenny is told to fight by George. A lot going on here. Okay. So if you want to look at this, there's 2 infinitives. Can anyone want to just tell me what the infinitive phrases are? Yeah. Caden, I'm sorry. Yeah. To bully, to fight. To plus verb. To plus verb. That's infinitive. Excellent. Then you have 2 prepositional phrases. Anyone want to tell me the 2 prepositional phrases in here? Anyone feeling confident? Jaden, can you give me 1 prepositional phrase in there? Jaden? What's Aaron doing? What's it? Yes, by punching him. All right. So you have your preposition and your object of the preposition. All right. So object of preposition. Okay, good. So by punching him, all right, an adjective telling you about punching, what's he doing? All right. Okay. And can somebody tell me the other prepositional phrase? Anyone want to do it? Aaron. Now that's not now is told. That's not going to be a prepositional phrase. It's going to be what? Because a helping verb and your main that be. That's your verb, because you have another clause here, which we'll talk about later. That's another complete sentence being brought together by this comma and a but. Okay, so you have a verb phrase there. All right. Anyone know the prepositional phrase? Final one, and then we're going to move on and do a little Kahoot. Anyone? Yeah, Kessler. By George, you got it. All right. There you go. Bam. All right, there's your prepositional phrase. All right, so we're going to do a Kahoot. We have computers down by 121. Go ahead and get one if you need a computer. And if you don't, that's fine too. So go down to 121, and I'll get the Kahoot all set up as I erase this up. Okay. Oh, here. What the heck? There we go. All right. If you do need to move to see this more clearly, we have a lot of open spaces so you can. Okay. So if you need to move to see this more clearly, we had a lot open with so you can. Uh-oh, what's going on? There's something not okay. That glare can be a pain. Well, these have been closed. Someone opened them up, and like I said, I don't have any. Let me see. Oh, wait a minute here. How about that? I thought I did. I don't know if my hand can fit. Wow, this one is. I can't. I don't even. This one is right in the wall almost. That's crazy. This one here. Well, look, I mean, you should see, like, it's like, I don't know how they even did this. It's like connected to the wall almost. It's crazy. But so sign in, make sure you just use your name, sign in. Yeah. But I think at least getting those, I think, is helpful. Mm-hmm. Get a little background music here. Or not. Okay. All right. 3, 4. You don't have to know. I mean, I guess because no one has the same, like, everyone has a different first name. But you know what? You want to throw that last name in there? You go ahead and do it. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, there you go. With moderation. Nice. I think one more person we're missing. So one more. This is going to be just a quick review to get us caught back up to Of Mice and Men, and then we'll finish and then we'll read chapter 4 momentarily. But I figure it'd be good to have a quick review as we're going over it. What's that? Where is it going? Oh, we don't want that, do we? Okay. All right. Now we're good. Okay. Thanks for letting me know. I appreciate it. That makes sense. I didn't even think about that. All right. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Of Mice and Men was written by Hemingway, Twain, Steinbeck, or Fitzgerald. John Steinbeck. Hey, not too shabby there. All right. Not too shabby. Okay. Kess with the lead, but it's still very early. Of Mice and Men takes place during the Enlightenment, the Jazz Age, the Industrial Revolution, the Great Depression. Hopefully you were paying attention when we were doing the phrases. Very good. Look at this. This is good. George and Lenny previously picked fruit and sold ad, worked in weed, dug a cesspool in San Jose, lived with Lenny's aunt. It worked in weed. Remember, they just came from running from weed. All right, Emma and the lead. Haley right there, too. Which line shows that George and Lenny are different from other ranch workers? And will live off the fat of the land because I got you to look after me and you got me, and have the rabbits hide in the brush by the river. Which one of those says they're different than the other? Excellent. Yes, this idea that they have each other. They have companionship. No one else is showing that. Very good. All right. We got a lot of movement. Caden up there. Lenny is anxious to have a farm where he can raise rabbits, puppies, chickens, sheep. Yeah, that would not be. Yes, don't put that. Rabbits. Yes. He keeps on talking about the rabbits. So, yes. Okay. The narrator places various wildlife in the setting at the beginning of chapter 1. Why? To illustrate Lenny's violent nature, to establish a mood that is peaceful and non-threatening, to show Lenny could survive in nature by hunting, to assert that this will be a happy story. So why does he start off with this wildlife? This question is a step up, a little more difficult. Let's see what we get here. Excellent. He's establishing the mood. Nature in itself, every time he really just has nature alone, nature is good. What disturbs nature is when who comes along? Not just Lenny, anybody. He's sort of saying something there about what we are doing right now and with nature, okay, disrupting it. So keep that in mind. All right. Next up. All right. Whoa, man, we got a lot going on here. In order to set the tone or mood of each chapter, Steinbeck begins each chapter with foreshadowing, imagery, dialogue, dialect. Imagery. Good. He sets the scene with the imagery leading into the dialect and dialogue. Very good. Oh, man, look at this. Emma's still in the lead. All right. Bust in the gut, sore as hell, Sakya are all examples of, is that foreshadowing, idioms, irony, or allusions? This one's a step up. Let's see. All right. It is idioms, but we've lost 3 people. Where did you 3 people go? Oh. I did do some different things with the time there. Sorry, I wasn't consistent. There are some 20 seconds, some 10 seconds. My fault. I should have warned you. What is the name of the old swamper who tells them about people on the ranch? Is that Curly, Crooks, Candy, Carlson? This is a short one. Candy's the swamper. He's the one without the hand. All right. Nice movement along here. What is the name of the stable buck who catches hell from the boss? Crooks, Curly, Candy, Carlson. They love the C names here. All right, Crooks. Crooks is it. The novella specifically says that Curly likes to pick on guys who are big, handsome, dim-witted outsiders. Big. He likes to pick on. Remember, he keeps telling he'll fight a big guy because he can't lose either way. All right. So the idea of them being big is it, not dim-witted. But I understand why you picked that. So, all right. Wow. What literary device is used when George says Curly better watch out for Lenny? Is that foreshadowing, direct characterization, symbolism, or hyperbole? Good. It's foreshadowing, and he was right. Okay. All right. Just a little movement there. Why is the boss already mad at George and Lenny in chapter 2? They have no tools. They arrived late. Lenny talks back to the boss. George and Lenny do not have working papers. Yes, they like you go to a special place and they can give you jobs. And so here's your working papers to go and get that job there. Okay. All right. Excellent. Wow. Nice movement here. Good job, everybody. We find out that Curly's wife's name is Matilda, Marjorie, Andrea, or not given. Not given. Just as Steinbeck is making a statement about nature and how we disrupt nature, he's also making a statement here that about women in their role sort of in society at this time. So good job, everybody. Not given. What does the boss think George is doing to Lenny? Stealing his money, making Lenny do his work, beating him up, treating him disrespectfully. Stealing his money. He's like, what are you stealing his pay? Remember, he says that to him. So that was a tough one. Let's see. This could have had some movement. Oh, wow. Some good. All right. Here we go. How does George explain Lenny's lack of intelligence to the boss? He says Lenny was it a horse kicked him in the head? He never went to school. He was hurt playing football. He has a cognitive disability. How does he tell? What does he tell the boss? Oh, yes. A horse kicked him in the head. All right. Curly's wife is described as all of the following except classy and elegant, a rat trap, tart, purdy. Yeah, she is not described as classy and elegant at all. No. All right. Who said, ain't many guys travel around together? I don't know why. This is a tough one. Curly's wife, Slim Carlson, the boss. Slim, that's that wisdom there. He's like, for whatever reason, not a lot of people travel around together. All right. What did Slim do to his dog's puppies? Drowns the runts and keeps the stronger ones, offers one to Candy, gives them all to Lenny, keeps them all to train as hunters. Again, yes, he does. He drowns the runts, keeps the strongs. So almost this idea of survival of the fittest. Okay. Who is described as the prince of the ranch? Someone who is highly respected. Curly, George, Slim, or Cross? If anyone picks Cross. Cross is not a person. He's not even in there. The prince. Oh my God. Oh, that actually hurt. Okay. All right. We have a new leader, I just noticed. All right. Still anyone's match here. How did Lenny end up traveling with George? George met Lenny at another ranch. Lenny's Aunt Clara died and he started following George around. George bailed Lenny out of jail. George found Lenny starving and living in a cave. Hmm. God. Yes, this idea. I remember Aunt Clara passed away, and George is like, "Yeah, he just started following me around, and hey, he was a companion, and just happened." All right. What was the last joke that George played on Lenny? He told Lenny that his shoe was untied. He ditched Lenny in weed. He made Lenny jump into a river. He played a card trick on Lenny and took his money. Remember, Lenny jumped into a river and he had to go save him, and Lenny forgot about George even doing that, and then was like, "Oh, thanks for saving me," even though he really is the one who did that. All right. What happened to George and Lenny in weed? Lenny broke a tractor. George was flirting with the foreman's daughter. George stole some extra food because they were hungry. Lenny scared a girl by holding on tightly to her soft dress. Bam, yes, Lenny scared a girl by holding on tightly to her soft dress. Okay, Carlson wants to shoot Candy's dog. What is one of the reasons why he wants to do this? The dog does number 2 in the bunkhouse. The dog avoids work. The dog smells badly. The dog has never produced any puppies. Excellent. The dog smells badly is his main reason. He can't seem to get over that. All right. Thanksgiving break was relaxing, fun, filling. Couldn't wait for school to start. What was the safe answer? They're all great. Yeah. Well, 6 people. Look at that. Maybe it wasn't true, but no one said fun. Oh my God. That's that's what it makes me feel bad. No. Wow. Yeah, I understand, and I do sort of understand why it wouldn't. Okay. Wow. That's a hard hitter there. Okay, that's interesting. No, I just threw that in there. Blank agrees to help out George and Lenny to buy the farm. Candy. Wow. Okay, we gotta. Yeah, remember, Candy's gonna use the money that he has saved up from his hand being, taken off in the machine. So he's gonna help them out. All right. So yeah, that's very important there to know that Candy is the one who's gonna help them out. All right. Ooh, lots of movement going on here. Curly thinks that Blank is having an affair with his wife. Shush, shush. Don't lie. No, Witch, like just a ranch hand. He's the one who brought the one book and was like, "Oh, look, the one guy." He's not a very big character. I was hoping no one would pick him, and well, someone did. But so he thinks that Slim. Remember, he thinks Slim is the one who's having the affair. So this one might be some movement here. Let's see, little bit of movement. All right. Oh, jeez. Lenny breaks Curly's. Well, this one actually should be easy, I think. Okay. All right. There we go. All right. Good job, everyone. All right. So it looks like I'm assuming it's gonna end up being Caden. All right. Ryan, second. And Cass. All right. So good work, everybody. All right. Emma and Riley. Good job. Okay. We are going to finish up chapter 4. So get a moment, get on Cami and get that opened up.